All right, Omar Kelly, I told the audience earlier I'm going to catch up with an old friend. And when I say old friend, I think we're coming up on, let me see how my math is, 25, 26 years. What year were you an intern at the Boston Globe? Was it 1996?
1996. That is exactly it.
1996. And okay, a long time. Omar Kelly. I told our producer, Gary Carter, I said, hey, we got to talk to Omar Kelly, who's with the South Florida Sun Sentinel. And Gary said, no, he's not. I said, what? This is how I find out? So first of all, what are you doing right now? And let's brag about your new position. Tell us what you're doing and why you're doing it.
I am a host of I Am Athlete, which is a podcast that's really taken off in the last 3 years. I'm also a producer of the I Am Athlete podcast, where guys like Brandon Marshall, Shady McCoy, Pac-Man Jones, they sit down and they talk to. This week is going to be a good one because we've got Reggie Bush on the show, who for the first time is talking about getting his Heisman Trophy taken away from him, the USC probe, and NIL deals. That's coming out Monday at noon. We just came from LA shooting that. And then we also got I Am Athlete Tonight, this show that's on Sirius Radio Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 on Channel 82, Mad Dog Sports Radio, where all the guys, NFL players, some WNBA players, Antoine Walker from the NBA, professional athletes sit down and we chop it up. We chop up everything that's going on in sports.
That's great. Looking at you. You have naturally gone into the producer salesman role. Like you did that with ease, Omar. Let me ask you, just you can help somebody here. You and just for people to understand, Omar, I told Gary this earlier, one of the best football writers in the country. I mean, he really did an incredible job. And I always wanted to see how you saw it. You really got into it, not just from the surface level, watching film. What was that? The show you did, was it called X's and Omar? What was it called? Something and Omar?
X's and Omar for the Sun Sentinel. Yeah, X's and Omar.
Yeah. X's and Omar. So you did a lot of stuff. What made you take this leap and go in a different direction?
Just seeing where new media is going, seeing how people are getting their information, how all of these streaming sites are venturing off and people are not reading newspapers. People aren't subscribing to cable anymore, and trying to find how the audience is getting their information, how they're listening to their interviews. And really, it was important for me to bring journalism and journalistic integrity to this platform, because when you have important interviews, you got to ask the important questions. It just can't be a locker room environment, which is what I Am Athlete is really built on. But you got to be in there and you got to ask those hard-hitting, probing questions. And that's what journalism is. And it's about having integrity and being balanced and fair and objective. And so just trying to bring that to new media. There's some people that still believe in journalism.
Hey, can you see why my guy's still in the business after being an intern in 1996? Can you see why he's still in the business 26 years later? I love it, man. I'm proud of you. Seriously, I'm really proud of all the things that you're doing. So let's talk some Dolphins here, man. I'm getting so hyped, and this is I've said this never. I'm so hyped for this Dolphins game. I've never said that.
Yeah.
So Dolphins, Bills,
Buffalo Bills. Yeah. The class of the entire NFL. The Bills are the class of the entire NFL. And now,
the Dolphins are what compared to that?
Little stepbrother. They're the little team that's, looking up at Big Brother, who's just smacked them around, on the basketball court for years and years and years. And now you've got Tua's development. You got an offensive-minded coach in Mike McDaniel. You've got an improved offensive line. You've got an arsenal of weapons, consistent defense. And you're really just trying to see where you stack up in the AFC East, because you've really played, you were little brother to the New England Patriots. Then came the big bad Buffalo Bills, which have just dominated you for years and years and years, even before Josh Allen got there. And now you're trying to see if you can close that gap. While I'm a Tua fan and I'm encouraged by what we saw last week, which was an incredible coming out performance, Do I feel like he has the arsenal and the weaponry to challenge the Buffalo Bills' top-ranked defense? I don't know about that, but we'll definitely see. And to me, it comes down to, can they run the ball? Can they contain Stephon Diggs, who nobody's really managed to contain him this year? And also, can they make it a fourth quarter game? Can they keep it close? And if they can do that, especially in South Florida's heat and humidity, I think they give themselves a chance.
All right, give us a sense of, just what the community down there, South Florida, South Florida as well as anyone. Is it I know the Heat have won championships, multiple championships.
Yes.
In two different
Marlins
eras.
have even won championships, yeah.
Yeah, the Marlins have won championships, then sold off the stars for parts, and then went way back down. But the Dolphins haven't won a championship since 1973, I think it is.
Yes.
So, what kind of community is it? Is it a Heat town that is still hopeful for the Dolphins, or has it remained a Dolphin city even during the dark days?
It's still a Dolphins town. This is still a football town, even going back to the University of Miami and the Dolphins. Football is just embedded into our DNA, even though the Heat has delivered championships. And I can tell you right now, University of Miami basketball team is probably better than their football team. That doesn't necessarily mean anything to these fans because we are a football community and football environment. It's bred in us from Pop Warner on the way up. But they have spent 2 decades submerged in mediocrity and submerged in looking up at the New England Patriots for the 2 decades of that dynasty, 18 years. I guess I can cut them 2 years short. That Tom Brady was big boying it. And really right now, this is their chance and their opportunity to make a run at it. And they put everything into this, even though Tua probably shouldn't have been that quarterback selected. Justin Herbert should have been probably the pick at number 5. But, hindsight is 2020. You can argue that Tua has a better record than Justin Herbert, and he's done it with less weaponry around him, no offensive line, no running game, a coach that hated him, and he's delivered. He's delivered wins. And the question is, can he become that quarterback that he was at Alabama? Now that he's got the weaponry, now that he's got the talent, now that he's got the run game, now that he's got the coach, can he deliver clutch play, clutch performances like he did last week?
Why did Coach hate him? Why did Flores hate him?
I just think that he didn't have the maturity. I think Tua's a guarded guy, and Flores, they didn't connect, and Flores didn't believe in him from the beginning, even though he basically benched Ryan Fitzpatrick to start Tua to kind of figure out what he was. The coaching staff never believed in him. Even when he was hurt during the season, that you'd hear whispers that they felt like Jacoby Brissett was better. So there was never really a trust level within each of them. And you can tell when Brian Flores left that Tua felt free. Tua felt Mike McDaniel basically injected belief in him and confidence in him. And this offense is built around him. It's a play action based offense that obviously utilizes Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, 2 guys who are having amazing seasons so far. They've got other speed players in Chase Edmonds, Raheem Mostert. Mike Gesicki is a fast tight end. So speed is a main component of what they do. Now it's on Tua to deliver those accurate, catchable balls. And people make a big deal about his arm, and it's not stellar. It's Drew Brees-esque at the end of his career, but It's good enough to get the job done in terms of delivering those 55-yard throws.
I have 2 more questions for you, or 3 more questions. Then I'm gonna let you go. They're quick though.
All right.
One, the quick ones. Who do you got in this game officially? I'm about to do a segment called "My Bets Your Money," and I'm using somebody else's money. So
yes. Oh,
who you got with the spread?
Buffalo.
The Dolphins get 5. Dolphins getting 5.5.
I'm putting my money on Buffalo because they are built to beat up this offensive line. They're built to contain Miami's speed. They can put pressure on Tua in multitudes of ways. And I really don't think that the Dolphins have the weaponry right now or the capabilities right now to hang with the Bills, even with Buffalo on the road. Buffalo is. I don't think anybody can hang with Buffalo right now.
Well, I know who you picking to win the Super Bowl, to get to the Super Bowl and win it. So that was question number one. Question number two. What has surprised you most about Brandon Marshall as an interviewer? Because he's a damn good interviewer, and I'm kind of jealous. I'm kind of jealous. How is he, like, what's the biggest surprise when it comes to him and drawing things out of people?
You know what? I've worked with Brandon for a long time since I covered him back when he was with the Miami Dolphins, and we've been friends for that long. And what really surprised me about him is his salesman ability. He sold me to come here, to leave my safe career as a journalist, to be a pioneer on this new wave. And I listened to him in these meetings with, corporate executives, because he runs two businesses, I Am Athlete being one of them. And I'm just amazed at how good of a salesman he is and how he gets you to buy into his vision. He's a visionary. And that's one thing that I admire the most about him.
All right, final question. Do you remember the concert? What was the concert? Yeah. Who did we see? Who was it?
We saw the Fugees. It was the food. It was a great concert. The Fugees, Tribe Called Quest, Busta Rhymes, like leaders of the new school. It was a groundbreaking. I think even Wu-Tang was there. I cannot remember what that concert was, but it was amazing. It probably set the tone for concerts for me. Up until I saw Watch the Throne.
Hey, Omar, what a welcome to journalism. I'm your mentor.
Yes, sir.
And your mentor, instead of talking about the inverted pyramid and the nut graph and the lead and all this journalism jargon, I said, no, Omar, let's go to a concert. And that was the concert. Great moment. Long time ago, man, you've done wonderful things. Hey, you got to come back. Will you come back? Will you come back?
Anytime, brother. Anytime, brother. I look up to you. I've always looked up to you in my career. You set the standard for everything. And that's why I'm wearing a jacket with my T-shirt representing Dade County, as you can see.
Dade County. Represent. I love it. Omar, good stuff. We appreciate you, man. Have a good weekend. And we'll be listening to your work.
Yes. Reggie Bush.
I Am Athlete
Monday at noon.
Monday at noon. Doesn't interfere with us, so yes, I'm all for it. We're on at 3. So check out I Am Athlete at noon, Brother from Another at 3. Omar Kelly. Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.